Happy New Year! Euroman of Euroman's movie report here. I have decided that I'm gonna do the review today wearing this hat. A hat given to me this new year by an old Chinese man. And the movie which I'm gonna discuss in this video is of course the third of the Meet the Parents franchise, Little Fockers. And Little Fockers, we see again Dustin Hoffman, Barbra Streisand, Robert De Niro, and the cast returning from the two other movies. And now, of course, the Focker family with Ben Stiller and his wife, they have now had children, and they are a little bigger. And Robert De Niro's character, we see in the early part of the film that he has some sort of heart condition, and therefore he wants Ben Stiller's character to become the new head of the family. And this is illustrated with him with a scene where where De Niro says to Stiller, "Do you want to be the godfucker?" And that sums up the whole entire movie. In my opinion, this movie, it isn't funny. It isn't funny at all, because the humor is well developed. It's half-faced humor, and you're sitting there and ha 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 ha. It isn't funny. It isn't funny. It isn't a very funny film, because it's, for instance, I have a heart condition, and putting in a scene in a film where we have De Niro sapping himself, that doesn't belong in a comedy, in my opinion, because that wasn't funny, for God's sake. And we of course see Owen Wilson's character returning like an add-on from the guy which Ben Stiller's wife was character was Mrs. Focker. She was supposed to marry in the first film, and he is of course rich, and he has become all of Hare Krishna type, and he's goofing around like a clown, and that isn't funny. That isn't funny at all. And generally, and this movie is marketed with having Dustin Hoffman and Barbra Streisand in it. Yeah, they are in it, but only for 7-8 minutes. So that isn't fun. And the whole humor thing, it's very strange, and I think personally that it bears brunt of that maybe they were supposed to do something else with the film, but generally, yeah, what is it? I didn't like it because it wasn't funny. For instance, the scene where we have De Niro, the gag is that De Niro, he has erectile problems and a heart condition, and Ben Stiller's character, he has advanced at his job from some sort of head nurse of his department, and then he's contacted by Jessica Alba, playing some sort of neurotic drug representative. Her name is Andy Garcia, and there's also some humor with that, where we have De Niro's character believing that Ben Stiller is a homosexual, homosexual, and when that's out of the way, he believes that Ben Stiller's character is having an affair, and I personally think yeah, it has nothing much to say about the film. It contains these gag scenes like where we have Ben Stiller's character. He, of course, gets these erectile malfunction remedies for heart patients from Jessica Alba's character, and takes him home. And then De Niro, he takes one of these pills unknown to Ben Stiller's character, and then when Ben Stiller comes home, he has to insert a needle into De Niro's character's private parts, which Ben Stiller's son sees, and it's such a and he, of course, yeah. There's nothing much to say about this film because I didn't like it. It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny at all, and yeah, I don't know why it is number one at the U.S. box office, but it didn't appeal to me because yeah, I don't hope they make a sequel for this. So because it was so messed up. The editing was terrible. The acting and directing was half power, and therefore I'm gonna give it 2 out of 5 Coca-Cola bottles. 2 out of 5 Coca-Cola bottles. Yeah. So because Meet the Parents, Little Fockers, it sucked. So yeah. So this is Euroman of Euroman's Movie Report, signing off.